Yeah. Better days, I pray for better days. Working hard cause I want extra pay. Talk to them seeds, but you must demonstrate. Cause it's your ways that they gon' imitate. Non-violent. Sometimes I wish I would've went to college. Frown proudly. Cause where I'm from, they hate you when you smiling. Your faith should be your gun. You can't leave home without it. The children being grown, cause all the parents acting childish. You show them your reality, I bet they doubt it. You tell them all about your dreams, that's when they out it. Your own blood, ain't no family no more. They do you badly for show. You try to patch up your soul, Lord knows you on a mission to show him you so submissive. The prayer said in silence, you know the devil can hear him, pay attention. Know the war's within, how much time do you spend? Try to balance your zen, then again, losses is lessons. You tell me you trying to win, we know about saving money. You tell me you trying to spend that blood on it. Sweat, tears, you put that love on it. Your best years was just a dumb moment. You tired of going hungry, can't deal with fake making your life lonely. Your lack of faith that left your soul boning. But you gon' work and you gon' strive, do what it takes to survive. What is truth, what is a lie? You know that war's inside. Some get draped into the fake, they don't know what to decide. Wrong choice, meet your demise, keep that between you and I. You realize, some people you gon' let go, you visualize. The things you need to feed your soul is on the rise. They not gon' wanna let you go, but it's alright. It's cool to bury what's gon' grow. Went from wrong to the right and to the dark to the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. Gotta hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. From wrong to the right and to the dark from the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. You just hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me. Yeah, I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me.
Don't be stressing on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. Just keep going and keep your faith, so you can win this race. This race called life, yeah, yeah. This race called life. This race called life, yeah, yeah. Race called life. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm grinding cause I know that I'm gon' get it. I just gotta have vision, keep faith and be humble. They have some patience with it. I've been A1 since day one, been always on my job. I never been a fake, never had to steal and rob. Cause I do good business, I'm too good with it. And even though I'm on this road, I'm still daddy to my children. You know I do good with them, and don't like being missing. But I hate when my bills is thicker and my pockets get thinner. But I can't stress up on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. I keep going and keep my faith in my pace, so I can win this race. Win this race called life. This race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. This race called life, yeah. Race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life, yeah, yeah, yeah. I keep on running in this race called life, yeah.
Yes, yes.
No, no, 'cause I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. Girl, I just gotta win this race called life. This race called life. Just gotta win this race called life.
We are in here. We are in here. We are in. Peace to those who seek peace. Peace, hey goddess. The first one in the chat today. How you feeling today? Peace, Titan family. Peace to everybody in the Coliseum. I am excited tonight. Tonight, we're bringing you a debater who doesn't just argue points, she sets the standard. Hold on one second. Let me get this off of the screen so you can see what's going on over here. Okay, she doesn't just argue points, she sets the standard. Our guest is Naphtali, widely recognized as the best female Hebrew debater on the internet right now. When it comes to scripture, history, theology, and intellectual pressure, she doesn't fold, she fortifies. Her arguments are sharp, her sources are tight, her command of the Hebrew framework is unmatched. Naphtali represents more than a position, she represents discipline, scholarship, and conviction. Whether you agree with her or not, one thing is undeniable. When Naphtali steps into the debate space, the conversation levels up. So everybody in the Coliseum, let's give Naphtali a round of applause and a warm, tight, and welcome. How you feeling today? Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Masa Bless. How are you doing? Thank you for the intro. That was great. I appreciate it.
I'm doing amazing. Thanks for asking. I'm excited about this episode.
Me too.
Everybody in the back chats has been waiting to see you. You're like a celebrity around these parts.
Really? Well, they need to subscribe to my channel.
Definitely. Actually, can you drop it in? Post a comment if you can, and I'll make you a moderator, and then you can post links in the chat.
Yeah,
so you'll be able to post
appreciate
it.
Yes.
Yes. And I actually, it's New School of Thought, correct? That's your page?
Yes, it's Naphtali's New School of Thought.
Everybody in the chat, go follow that and get your butts right back here. What we're doing today is a light interview, and she's going to show us a few slides, maybe from some past debates, just to show you guys some things that she's standing on, some of her work. And you know what we do. Let's get right into it. I don't want to hold the people up because they've definitely been waiting on this. Question number one, Naphtali. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. How would you define your core worldview in one or two sentences?
My worldview? Well, one or two sentences, I don't know, but I'll try.
You can use a few. Don't worry about the one or two. Take all the time you need.
Well, thank you. Well, first thing is I was born and raised a Christian, but right now I've never deterred from the Bible. What I can say is that I've learned a lot more from reading the Bible and actually sitting down and actually studying the Bible. My stance is that I believe that the God of the Bible is the creator of all life. I believe I'm a young earth creationist. I believe the earth is 6,000 years old, and I believe that the Bible is the historical book of the children of Israel and the lost history of those people. And those people who have lost their history are the so-called Black Americans, or who we would call Negroes, the people that have been scattered all around the world, as well as Africans within the continent. Okay. And I believe that history that we have lost has been preserved within the Bible. I hope that answers some questions.
That definitely, and you answered that perfectly. More than two sentences, but that was the answer for sure. Like, there's no question where you stand. Everybody should know now. Question number two. What thinkers, movements, or traditions most influence how you see the world today?
Well, right now, I would consider myself to be an Israelite. However, that's why I have the New School of Thought, because as with anything, like myself, I'm guilty of it myself, but the Most High said that knowledge will be increased within the last days. So I can't fault the people that came before me, because the Most High is increasing our knowledge. A lot of knowledge has been withheld from us, and a lot of knowledge is still being, released slowly. And so coming in, like I said, I started off as a Christian, and then I became an Israelite, and I started to see, holes within the doctrine. So I started to, put together the information that I got from Christianity, as well as from the Israelite community, and as well as science and history. I look at all of them. The Bible is always my foundation, but I also look into science, and I also look into history.
You heard it here first, debaters. You heard it here first. Make sure you get your textbooks out before you come challenging Naphtali.
Yes, I am a data analyst by trade, so I'm very analytical, very logical. Okay. I'm not just emotional. I look at the information first. And then the information has to match the Bible. I don't go with pseudoscience. I don't go based off of philosophy. I like to go based off facts. And I like to prove my point, not only with scripture, but can I find the history as well as science to prove, anthropology, archaeology, you name it, to prove the Bible. I use all of them.
Okay. I'm scared of you already.
You need to be scared. Come on.
I can't wait to see you get in the ring talking like that. I want to see this. Number 3, do you believe morality is objective, subjective, or a mix of both, and why?
Morality. What do you mean by people's what do you mean by morality?
Yeah, like the morals that we have set, without giving you an answer. See, I'm about to answer the question.
Well, how about this? The Bible, the Most High sets the laws, statutes, and his commandments. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much teaches us how to be, and also it's ingrained within us. We all have empathy, we have sympathy, and that's something that we can go into this, spiritually. We know how we have feelings. We know, do unto others as you want done unto yourself. I mean, that's number 1. So if you don't want anybody doing something to you, you don't do that to other people. Like, that's number 1. So that's how I stand. The first thing is that law there is, don't do unto others as you want done unto yourself. So right there, you don't want anybody to harm you or hurt you, unless something's wrong with you mentally, then that's something else. But I look at everybody, to follow what the Most High says, and that's to treat everybody the way that you like to be treated.
And I think that would be considered objective. I think everybody would generally feel like that, like you said, unless there's something mentally wrong with them. So
yes, because it's ingrained in us. Yep. It's ingrained. That's why we have feelings. We feel it. You feel hurt. You get your feelings hurt, or you feel happiness, or you feel sadness. Unless something's off with you. Somebody, does something to you that you don't like, it will hurt your feelings. It can make you cry, it can make you angry. How you respond to that is something subjective, but pretty much we all understand that, you don't want to hurt anybody, harm anybody, because you don't want anybody to harm or hurt you.
Let's go. Good answer. You answered that one perfectly as well. I would say that your answer on that, even though you didn't say it, would be objective. But
objective, then how about that?
Gotcha.
But I have to virtually, objective.
Okay, next one. Is truth something we discover, construct, or receive, and how do you determine it?
Well, I believe all of that. You can discover truth. What the Bible says, the truth shall make you free. Right? Set us free. A lot of people are opposed to the truth. A lot of people don't want the truth. A lot of people don't want to be set free because the truth hurts. That's one thing that I've noticed with a lot of people, is that I can bring as much information. I can have the cold hard facts there, and people still will turn a blind eye to it, because as it was written in the Bible, the children of Israel said, teach us smooth things. People want to hear smooth things. People don't want to really hear the truth. But like you said, the truth is discoverable. A lot of information, you go out there, a lot of people say the Bible, what actual archaeological scientific facts are out there to prove the Bible, where people are out there digging up these tablets and digging up all these different, You know, like when you look in the cuneiform tablets, you look in the Hittites, you look into the, you know, these are actual people that are in the Bible, and they actually are proving the Bible with these historical sources. So like you said, the truth can be discoverable, and also you can also be taught the truth. That's why we have teachers, you know. And then what was the other one you said? You said discoverable, and then you said taught, and what was the last one?
Is the truth something we discover, construct, or receive?
And I don't know about constructing the truth, because that's when you start to get into your own feelings. You know, constructive can be based off of people's how people feel, and people feelings can, when we get into people's feelings, which is okay too, I guess, to a certain degree, is limitations on things. People can, you know, they don't want you to know something, they can hide it from you. Or people can, you know, become lead over you, rule over you by limiting what they, and that's what we're facing right now, is people are ruling, the ruling class wants to keep you ignorant. They want to keep you asleep, because the more knowledge you have, the more you'll understand what's going on. And the more you understand what's going on, the more that they can't control you. Everything's about control.
Hey. And how do you determine the truth when you discover it or receive it?
Well, that's why I always say the Bible is always my foundation. And then after that, I base everything else off of, what do I see, you know, look at anthropology, look at archaeology. So we look into science, you know, what does science have to say about it? And then what does history have to say about it? Because our predecessors and our successors and people that came, you know, the people that came before us, they have already lived a lot of this, you know. And then when you go look at things historically, they'll tell you, and then you look scientifically, it'll tell you, and then you can find it also. You'll be amazed what you can find in the Bible, as well as what you find in science, as well as history. How all of them, they, you know, people want to use science against the Bible, but it actually, believe it or not, proves the Bible.
Let's go. We had one of the judges, shout out Il Doctorin. He says, can I come up and ask a question? You can, Il Doc. I'm not taking questions from everyone, but you are definitely welcome to hit that link. One of your future judges in the tournament. Definitely set the standard really high. Some of my best debaters were saying, man, your judges are real judgy. but they like it though. They like it because it's making them better. So
Okay.
Next question, and I'm going to post them and actually put the questions on the screen so you can read them.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Got you. Shout out Il Doc with the super chat. He says, when you're debating, how do you decide which points are worth responding to and which ones you deliberately let go because they don't matter as much?
Well, when I'm debating, I try to respond to everything that I possibly can. I believe that if it's something that's if somebody it makes mention of it, if it's worthy to be made mention of, then it's worthy to, you know, have either correction, or I need to either confirm it or correct it. So if you ask me a question, you know, I'm not going to get up here and act like I know every single thing, but I'm going to try my best to try to find out what that find out to confirm or correct whatever that is that you're stating. So anything that's, you know, asked of me, or anything that is of doubt, or anything that I can use to prove my point even further, I'm going to make sure I respond to it either by correcting it or confirming it with sources, of course, and not anything pseudo. I don't like pseudo, and I don't like opinions too much.
Facts over feelings. That's what she said.
Facts over feelings. I like that. I'm gonna make a t-shirt. I'm gonna have to make that in my banner. Facts over feelings. It's not about how you feel. You know, a lot of people people tell me all the time, I don't like that. I don't care. It's not about what you like. It's about, is it true? That's what it's about at the end of the day.
Okay, I see that a lot actually when it comes to scripture. People wanted to say what they want, and then if they're not reading it how it actually is sometimes.
Yes, that's something that, believe it or not, I have more of a connection with my agnostic friends than I do with my Hebrew friends, because if they don't like what you have to say, instead of trying to take the information and grow, or we can build together, they want to act like it doesn't, ignore it, and that's not how you get far.
Let's go. Next question I got for you. What values are non-negotiable for you, even under pressure or criticism?
What do you mean by values?
What would you say 5 core values that you have are? Like mine would be like loyalty, respect, just like 2 words to name a few.
Loyalty, respect. I agree with you with loyalty and respect. Understanding. I guess I don't know if that's the same as respect.
Do you mean you expect people to be understanding with you, or
Of course, yes.
both ways? Okay.
Yes, very, understanding, like I said, nobody's going to be perfect, so people have to also be, have patience, with a person, willing to be understandable, willing to be, I guess, merciful, have mercy, not as judgmental. I consider myself to be a teacher, so a lot of people are very unknown. They don't know. So like I said, you got to be patient. You got to be willing to, sometimes you got to repeat yourself thousands of times, saying the same things over and over. I can tell you something this way and you still look at me and go, I still don't get it, but I'm going to keep working with you until I get you to understand. And then if I have to pull, I had this one guy, we had a nice conversation, and I literally had to pull out, many different sources. And eventually we got to the bottom of it. Now he agreed, but it hurt him to agree with me, but we got there. Because if I know I'm right, then I'm going to take some time and try to show you how. And sometimes, something is simple. Something may be simple to me, may not be as simple to the other person. I have to remember that.
I definitely feel like you was advising me. I feel like I needed that advice. I don't know if anybody else in the crowd did, but
yeah.
On that.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. Just because something is simple to you, just like I talk about things and I say, I don't think people even know what I'm talking about sometimes. And somebody left a comment on Facebook and said, I don't know what you be talking about. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, you confirmed what I said. So just because I know doesn't mean you know.
And I don't know who said this, but the saying goes, I can teach it to you, but I can't understand it for you. I don't know who said that, but it's stuck in my head.
Yes, that's true too. And sometimes, you can keep, like I said, I'll talk to you and then like I'll ask you. The first thing that I'm learning now is that what do I need to tell you to get you to understand what I'm saying? What do you need to follow me? If I can prove X, Y, and Z to you, and what is that? And if I prove X, Y, and Z to you, will you accept what I'm saying? And once I prove that to you, that's when I'll know if you're really concerned about the truth or you just are just up here trying to play a game. That's why I have to ask that person, hey, what is it that you need for me to explain to you for you to, to accept what I have to say? And if they say, well, I need this, I need that, and I need this, and I give that to you and you still don't accept it, that's when I know that it has nothing to do with the truth. It's just about you don't want to accept the truth. Because you can waste a lot of time with people, trying to teach them something when they just don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I feel like one of the things I got good at in 2025 was learning to let people be wrong and not have to prove the truth to them the way I see it, at least. So that's why it's so easy to run the channel now. And people are always trying to bait me into debates and arguments, and it's like, I don't care what you think. We can share ideas, we can, but I'm not trying to convince you, convert you, any of that. So
well, yeah, I get it. But when you are a teacher, you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to really, like right now, you're an agnostic, right? So if I was to be talking to you, I would try to, like I say, ask you, what's X, Y, and Z, And once I establish that with you, and then I get that all to you, and then I want to know what led you to what did you need to become this agnostic, and then what do you need to get out of it. And then once you tell me all of that, then I put it all together and I present something to you.
That's crazy. Nobody's ever asked me that.
That's what I'm
saying. I need to get out of it, because I have an answer for that. Nobody cares. They just want to tell me their point of view and how.
No, see, I have to know yours. Like the last time I came onto your channel, when you had Priest, the pimp up here.
I was not expecting you to say that after Priest.
Priest the pimp.
You funny.
Pimping Priest.
I don't know if it's such, but yeah, I know who you're talking about though.
Priest and the Pimpets.
You caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. He be fresh. The boy be fresh, man.
And Priest the pimp.
I can't be mad at it. That boy be fresh, man.
Pimping him. Anyway, what I learned, and I like to have fun. It's no disrespect to priests, because, like I said, being a woman in this truth is hard. Especially when you're going up against their doctrine. How dare you? Tell us that our doctrine is incorrect. But one thing about Priest, though, like I said, and I have to give him respect, is that he actually responded to me to debate me. You know what I'm saying? And even though he actually contacted to debate me, he actually reached out to me and said, would you debate me on polygyny?
Shout out to him, man. That's what's up.
Exactly. Now, mind you, I don't have a problem with polygyny, even though I don't see anything wrong with it now. I recommend it, especially not in this day and age, because women are protected. It's against the law here in the United States. Women are protected, but we're all adults. And if you have your agreements all settled out, then, hey, who am I to tell you what to do with your life? But like I said, he did at least acknowledge me enough to want to debate. The other ones, But I wanted to have
Shout out Priest. The other was running for the hills.
Oh my gosh, been called out my name, like I said, it's interesting. It's pretty interesting, because people get up here and they tell you, this is the hot seat. I want all questions. And then you come up there and like, I'm really trying to, bring something to your attention. And then you tell me, oh, I don't got time. It's like, well,
I'm so sorry too. I was late that day, and he told me I had a time window when I booked him, and like I cut my own self short by being late.
Yeah, I've been trying to reach this guy for a long time. Like, I
wish I would have known. I would have let you know he was going to be up there. We could have started with your questions instead of the interview. And then I wasn't like too familiar. I had just gotten familiar with him, so I didn't know like he did like his whole podcast is pretty much Who Wants to Smoke. Or I would have brought him over on Who Wants to Smoke. I kind of brought him over like, let's just do a light interview presentation. We don't need nobody attacking you. When that's like literally
I didn't even want to attack him.
No, not you, but like that's what he does though. He's like paying for it. He wants to smoke. So
that's what I'm saying. But I was on Garfield. I don't know if you know who Garfield is. I was on Garfield's channel. He came up to try to talk to me. Garfield was doing a video on me, talking about me, and I came up to defend myself, and he was up there, and it's like, okay, so I wanted to let's talk, and I've been trying to get, they block me in the comment section. No, like I said, I have no reason to use any foul language. I don't raise my voice. I'm really, like I said, a very intellectual person. I don't win that way. I want to know why you're teaching what you're teaching. Why do you continue to teach what you're teaching? You're teaching wrong. And you are. I don't like that. Most I don't like it.
That's cool. I like how you said that.
I see you. Most I see you too. But hey, it's okay. When you get to a certain level, how do you tell these people that they're not Israelites? But that's your fault.
Yep, it's hard to bring them back once they get so deep in.
there's, people say there's something called spiritual Israel. So, Christ died. He did die for all. So, it's okay. But the thing is, and this is the other thing that I have a problem with, is the hypocrisy. This the information that you have on a certain group of people, let's say the Africans, they fit the same narrative as the Native Americans, but they don't get the same recognition. They say, oh, well, they're Hamites. Okay, well, then why aren't they Hamites? It's just, I really want to build to try to understand how do you come to this conclusion and why? I can come up to my own, but I'm trying not to do that, because not only, let's just say, okay, you want to say the Native Americans and Hispanics, that's fine. But you're also putting down the Africans, though. You're putting down a whole group of them there and telling them that they're Hamites when they're not. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done. And like I said, that's why I said the new school of thought. And I'm trying to, it's like you're screaming and nobody's listening. And I know how you feel. You're like, I don't care what people feel, but it's like you're trying to wake people up, so it's not an easy job, but it's my dragon to slay.
And I am, but not to the point of exhaustion anymore. Like I was the guy that'd be on the Facebook post typing on my phone for 4 hours about something and then I had to realize I can't keep giving my energy, because some people, they're not here to learn. They're here to troll, like you were saying, and you got to know who to give your energy to. So I will sit down.
2/3 aren't gonna make it, and that's why I got to look at you, my brother, because 2/3 ain't gonna make it, and that's already profit. I just hope that you're not gonna be one of the 2/3.
We shall see. We're gonna get to that. Hopefully, if you come back and interview me, we can get into some of those topics and whatever.
Okay.
And we have a question from the comments. Burns the L. That's Anu. He's one of the debaters in the tournament. He asks, how do you define what is divine, and how do you define spirit?
I'm sorry, my son came right in here as soon as you
take your time. I need 30 seconds while you ask. But go ahead.
Can you ask me again? He just left.
Okay. I was going to. The question was, how do you define what is divine, and how do you define spirit?
Divine. So is that godly?
I think divine is like of God, but I'm not sure. Like, he would have to put that in the comments.
What do you define what is divine? So how do I define what is of God, of the Most High?
I think that's what he's saying.
Well, everything is listed within the Bible. Everything is listed. One thing about it is, if you actually sit down and you actually read the Bible, it's very detailed, very lets you know what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Like, for instance, a lot of things that used to be considered, like, for instance, what we consider was paganism, right? Like a grove. At the beginning, he told everybody to build groves, but then he took the groves away. He said, do not do that anymore. They used to erect the pillars. The pillars used to be something that was divine, but then he told them, do not do that anymore. So it's a lot of stuff that it tells you what is divine and what is not. So, pretty much he's taken away a lot of things, because a lot of the pagans, are what we would like to call Babylonians, took that stuff and they started to corrupt it. So a lot of things that there aren't really anything, there really isn't anything besides the book, that we would consider to be divine, besides the Most High. It's just, like I said, it's really simple, because he's taken away all those things, because all those things, man couldn't control themselves, and they used it for evil. So I hope I answered that person's question. They need to come up here and specify a little more for me.
Shout out Anu.
Come on, talk to me.
Hey, she said, come on up. Decorum 110, of course. We're not debating today. We're keeping it light. We got the jazz playing in the background. Next question. Do you identify with a specific religion? I already know that. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to ask that one.
Oh, that's okay. If did they come in late? Do they not know?
Well, if you want to answer for the people
Yeah, that's
who may
fine.
not have caught on already from the first 10 questions, go ahead.
A lot of people probably, we've been in. People are coming in all the time. Like I said, that's why I'm very patient. I don't mind. Guys, if you don't know who I am, I'm Naphtali Israel. I am an Israelite. I believe that the so-called Negroes are the true children of Israel. They are the lost tribes of Israel. They are the people of the book. I believe in the Bible. I believe that the God of the Bible is the one that created the heavens and the earth. And I believe that the earth is 6,000 years. Yes, I do. I believe all those things. So if you want to debate me on any of those topics, let me know. And yes, I said 6,000 years.
6,000 years.
Yes, I did.
old.
I said it.
And I'm sure she's got the sources and presentation already ready.
I
like
have tons of stuff. I just hope you have things to prove that the earth is not.
Let's go. Next question. Do you believe sacred texts are literal, symbolic, inspired, or purely historical?
I believe it's all. The sacred text that I believe in is the Bible. And it's a literal. Some aspects of it is literal. Some aspects of it is symbolic. And it's inspired by the word of the Most High. And some is allegorical. And a lot of it is history. I don't know if you guys heard me say this, but the Bible is the lost history of the children of Israel preserved. That's what the Bible is. It's a historical book. Preserved is the preservation of the history of the children of Israel. Because there's a group of people who are the Negroes who have lost their history. We don't know where we come from. We don't know what happened. We don't know why it happened, and the Bible explains all of it from the beginning all the way down to what's going to happen at the end. Isn't he an awesome God? I tell you. I mean, we took the time to make sure we have our history, even though it was removed from us. And it's preserved very well in the Bible.
Hey, and we have King Jay on the panel. We're not doing the open panel, but we are taking questions. She is going to be debating on the channel. So
I see this black man over here. He says, "What is so bad to be a descendant of Ham?" Can I answer him really quick before I talk to the brother?
Go ahead.
I didn't see who that was.
Go ahead.
What's going on, indigenous black men? There is absolutely nothing wrong with being a Hamite. Okay. You know why there's the Hamites, it's very racist. It's backed off of racism. But when people actually, that's why I say people who talk about Ham to me, I can tell if you actually read the Bible, because the Hamites never went into captivity. They never went into slavery, and they're the ones who actually built everything. So I don't know, that's how you'll know if somebody actually read the Bible, because the Hamites, the land of Canaan was said to have buildings that reached up to the sky. And when you actually go look at the historical sites in Canaan, they actually have buildings that look like skyscrapers that are over 2,000 to 3,000 years old. And they said that it was the land of milk and honey. Why was it the land of milk and honey? Because it was when the children of Israel defeated the Canaanites, they couldn't even defeat them. The Most High had to come in and fight them because they were so powerful. They couldn't even defeat these people. These people were powerful. They were strong. They were smart. The ones who invented iron. Okay, so yes, there's all this, when you look at the pyramids, the center of the earth, okay, the pyramid, I believe Giza is in the, how do they know that? So like I said, I don't just go based off of emotion. I actually go based off of historical and science. And the thing is, the Hamites were not these people that were just out here pounding on stone and clay and talking about ooga booga and walking around with plates in their lips. No, that's not the Hamites. That's not them. And if people want to talk to me about that, come on up. But but also you got to think about the Hamites weren't cursed. It was actually Canaan. And if we want to talk about the Canaanites, that's another, that's another topic. But and that's what I specialize on actually is Canaan. That's my thing is Canaanites. So that's one thing I talk about is Canaan.
Yeah, I think you were challenging Priest on Canaan.
You may have some in the building. What you say? You said what that?
I think you were challenging Priest on Canaan.
Yes, that was because that's the Canaanites are the most. The thing about Priest is, I watch him. I sit back and watch some of his presentations. He understands. A lot of them understand. They're starting to wake up. They're watching me, okay, and they're starting to see what I'm saying because I utilize text-based support. Right, we learned that in school, and I utilize non-pseudo sources. And when you look into the Canaanites, like I said, if you actually care, so you have to care. And that's why I have to ask you questions to make sure before I even begin talking with you, do you care? Because I can talk to you till my face turn blue with all sources and you still will look at me like you said trolls. So I have to make sure, because the thing is, Hamites have E1B1B DNA. Okay, they have the E1B1B. Hamites are they are an array of colors. They do not just come in black. They're a different ethnic group. This is proven by genetic. This is proven by location. This is proven by science. E1B1B is the Hamitic haplogroup because they've actually dug these people up and found they found the Phoenicians. These are real historical people. They actually existed. The Egyptians, you know what I'm saying? They found them. They found these places. The Hittites. I heard this captain, the guy. I'm not even gonna say his name. He actually mentioned the Hittites in one of his conversations, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you serious right now? You know who the Hittites are? Then why are you keep teaching these lies?" But anyway, I can keep going and going and going. I got this person up here. How you doing, King J? How can I help you?
I'm well, Queen. How are you?
Doing fabulous.
Well, I was the brother on cruise on panel that told you to get in touch with the brother. You remember?
You said the who show?
Hold on. I was in. Is this better?
I guess.
Okay, a little better. Okay, I do have a question for you, Queen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-part. So you mentioned the 6,000 year date. Do you subscribe to science, and does science contradict that date?
You said the Bible. No, I do subscribe to science, and science actually proves 6,000 years.
What is the 6,000 year date?
What do you mean? But what is this? That's what. Right now we're in year 2000.
From where?
From 4,000, year zero. Everything is based off of Christ.
So you're saying that we're only 6,000 years old?
Yes, I mean you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm asking you, how does science not contradict that? Because Homo sapiens are how old?
You want to talk about a Homo sapien?
I just want to ask the date of Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens were about, the humans, were created.
No, the date, like what year?
About 6,000, 5,000, 5.
Homo sapien date is 6,000 years ago?
Most High created man. He created everything in 6 literal days. So
you're giving me the biblical one, but I want you to give me the scientific date as well. The biblical date would be 6,000, but my date that I see in science is 330,000 years ago for Homo sapiens.
Well, if you want to talk about that, then that's fine too. If you want to talk about what science, the thing is that science says a lot of things about, and they get a lot of things incorrectly. They say, and that's based off of what method of dating are they utilizing to find and what species are you referring to as far as the first human? The first Homo.
Hominid, Homo erectus, those things. The first the hominid to experience bipedalism.
They also say that dinosaur bones are millions of years old, but they find soft tissue.
Right.
Dinosaur
That's
bones.
why I asked you. That's why I asked if you subscribe to science or not.
Yeah.
So you do subscribe to science or not?
EJ, you're breaking up bad still.
Okay.
And slow it
Well,
down.
he answered,
Slow it down so she can get her answers all the way out.
well, yeah, I was just trying to get an understanding because she said she did subscribe to science,
No, I don't
but then,
subscribe to pseudoscience. I don't know if you heard that. I don't this a lot of science. There's something called observational science, and
yeah,
then there is there's theories. A lot of things
mhm.
that you're quoting is theories. I like to go based off of things that are actually proven and that are actually facts.
Okay. I have one question before I get off.
Observable science. That's
Is there any science that you subscribe to that has a date of over 6,000 years in regards to creation of the world?
any science that I subscribe to that has a well. The thing is that I have the saying where you got to eat the meat and spit out the bones, right? So I could utilize a footprint, something, but that they may date the footprint at 100 billion years old. That doesn't necessarily mean I won't use the footprint. They just have that dating wrong. It's a lot of agendas going on, and a lot of people have that. Like I said, I have actually presentations where I actually showcase, like for instance, the Earth to the sun. The Earth is moving away from the like I said, the moon, not the Earth, the moon to the sun. Excuse me, the moon is moving away from the sun. So the thing is that it's a lot of sources that I actually have that I can actually pull out to prove my point and utilize actual science, not even touch the Bible, but just actual science. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say the Earth. I meant to say the moon.
King J, one more question.
Uh, that kind of summed it up. I don't have any more.
Okay, appreciate you stopping up to check her out. If you haven't,
We'll check.
if you want to do any refutations or anything, hit me up. We'll make sure.
Would you want to debate that, Naphtali?
You want to debate the age of the Earth?
I would argue that science does not agree with that 6,000 year creation date that you're giving.
Science doesn't agree with it, but I need you to have actual how old is the Earth, and you got to utilize.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. So you're gonna use the Bible as your dating system, correct?
Everything's about what we can prove. Okay, so the thing is that it's not like I said.
Is God tangible?
Hold on. So the thing is that what the Bible says, I have to actually have real observable information to prove that the Earth is 6,000 years old.
Yeah,
I can't just go based off of what the Bible says. You won't take that, right? So
you're gonna have to have tests.
That's what I'm saying. So you just can't go based off of what science utilizes as far as their theory or what they think. You have to have actual observable science to prove your point that the Earth is older.
I'm gonna come prepared for sure.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it for sure. I'm excited. I would like to.
All
So,
right. Well, we can talk about it more.
all right, for sure. I appreciate it. I appreciate the time on the panel. I just wanted to jump on and ask a quick question. A1, go ahead.
All right. Sounds good.